GMGP, good morning, good people. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all decided to wake up with us. You're sick. You're sick in the head. There's a lot of fantasy football shows out there, but I promise y'all, they not like us. Brock Bowers, you looked a little quicker than fast. What does that even mean? Redraft, Dynasty, best ball, high stakes, we got you covered. And that's MVS and Justin Watson with some of the dopest tools designed to help you cancel out the noise and dominate your leagues. If there's a white wide receiver named Antoine, sign me up. Maybe it's cultural. I don't know. In season or off season, rain, sleet, hail, and snow, comma, semicolon, period, next sentence, to bring you the most actionable and entertaining content on YouTube. You don't go buy the dip on the Titanic.
Quarterback that you love, D-Bro. One of the best values in fantasy football.
Prop bets with my man Jay Rich.
Is that yes! Let's go!
So wipe the crust out of your eye, get you a cup of coffee. It's time to wake y'all asses up. We're Ray
and Jay
in the morning.
My God.
How good is
Dude,
he? How good is he? Jay Rich, I asked you on Wednesday's show, is there any chance that the damn Giants beat the Eagles? You dismissed them. You said, hell no. Keep it moving, keep it pushing. I'm concerned, Jay. Damn Giants gonna win the division, man. The damn Giants. Somehow, Jay Rich, they beat the Eagles. Cowboys couldn't beat the Eagles. I don't have a lot of faith in the Commanders. These exciting whites, Jaxson Dart, Cam Skattebo. Do you see how Brian Daboll touches Jaxson Dart every time he leaves the field? Every time he leaves the field, it's PDA. Public display of affection. He's hugging him and he's grabbing ass at the same time. Every time. My goodness. GMGP. Just wake up with Ray and Jay every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It is October 10th. We are going to talk Philadelphia Eagles. Absolutely getting embarrassed on Thursday Night Football, Jay Rich. I got to wear the hater blockers today, man. I got to wear the glasses today, Jay Rich, because those Bleacher Report comments, you do not want to see them. You do not want to see them, Jay Rich. They are lighting us up. Cold World TDE, what's popping with you? Oh, my bad. Cold World, what's popping, baby? What's popping? We're going to get this right. There we go. We got Cold World TDE in the building. We got Jorge, Dom 10. Jimbo, I told you, Jimbo, you didn't even want to see that dart. Jimbo, you didn't even want to see that dart till 2026. He is here. He has arrived. Go to your local supermarket and shop those exciting whites because it's coming. Jay Rich, how you doing this morning, baby?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Yeah, I was thankful to not watch that game because it did not go as planned. You know, you and I obviously talked about it yesterday for BR, and Ray, it's very reminiscent, honestly, of what we saw from the Chargers this past weekend. You know, they lost to the Giants. We said, okay, they're going to bounce back this week. Great matchup. The Giants obviously coming off the loss to the Saints. Like, it was a perfect spot, and just I don't know what the hell is going on in Philly. But credit to the Giants, man. They did put up 34 points. They did cause a few turnovers for Hurts. Like, there's still reason to believe this team can be good. But division, I don't know if I'm going that far. Like, you should be happy.
Rich.
The Eagles were the clear favorite to win the division. They were 4-1. Now they're 4-2. The Commanders, I think you're discounting them a little bit. They have a big game this weekend. I think they can win it. But you should feel confident that your Cowboys now have a chance to win the division because they can win 2 against the Giants. They clearly can beat Philly the way Philly looks right now. So why not the Cowboys, right? Why not your Cowboys for NFC East division champions?
Listen, man, this division is up for grabs, Jay Rich. I think the division is up for grabs right now. That was a hell of a victory last night for the New York Giants, straight up. All jokes aside, to get that joint done, man, it was impressive. Yeah, Jay Rich, the chat is noticing you got you a nice haircut today. I said it this morning.
I did get a haircut.
Looking clean, dude. Looking clean.
Appreciate it, man.
Looking good. We got the people in the building. We got a lot to talk about, but we got to start off with the Sunday night game, the Thursday night game. Excuse me. Normally these Thursday night games hit or miss. Jay Rich, they're hit or miss. This one, I guess it was a miss if you're an Eagles fan.
Depends on who you're rooting for. Right?
It was a miss if you were an Eagles fan, but if you are a fan of the New York Giants, Jay Rich, you are feeling great today because they put foot in ass against the Philadelphia Eagles. Jaxson Dart and Cam Skattebo dancing all over the place. Backflips, 3 touchdowns for Skattebo, 110 total yards. He was fed like a what, Jay Rich?
Bell cow.
Bell cow Skattebo in this game. Listen, what was the score? 34-17? 34-17? Where do you want to go? What do you want to talk about? Let's start with the winning team. Talk about him, Jay Rich. Dart, Skattebo, no receivers. He's throwing a little Jordan Humphrey, getting Jalen Hyatt end zone targets. I know no Jalen Carter. I understand Quinyon Mitchell got hurt early in the game. Ain't no excuse. There's no excuse. Eagles fans, fly Eagles fly, reigning Super Bowl champs, no excuse. Jay Rich, nobody gave him a shot. I think I saw a stat that 97% of the money last night was on the Philadelphia Eagles. 97% of the money from that game was on Philadelphia. And then the Giants didn't just go out here. They didn't squeak out a victory at the end. It wasn't a late second field goal. You know what? We were one possession away from seeing who's the backup quarterback, Tanner McKee. We were a possession away from seeing Tanner McKee and Will Shipley and who's the big wide receiver, Johnny Wilson out of Florida State. They were about to put the backups in. Giants put foot in ass, Jay Rich. They put foot in ass. Talk about New York.
Yeah, I mean, it all starts with Jaxson Dart, right? And his ability to run the football. And on top of his ability to actually run the football, it's his ability to manipulate the offense and defensive line within the pocket. Now, again, it's not to take away the credit from the Giants, but Jalen Carter being out, and you saw their inability to stop the run. Obviously, they lost Milton Williams in the offseason. They lost Nolan Smith. Like, there's a lot of reasons why this Eagles defense wasn't as strong as it needed to be. And I do think, at least for me and the way that I analyze this game, the blame does need to shift towards the offense, because when you're missing so many players defensively, the offense needs to step up. But credit to Dart, man. Dart, once again, bounced back. Like, again, when you talk about what he did in his first game, and then what he did against the Saints, to now what he did in this game, these home road splits, depending on what happens going into next week in Denver, are a little bit concerning. So if you're planning on starting Jaxson Dart, maybe don't start him on the road. But outside of that, they looked good. And this is the reason why I think from the very beginning, Ray, we've always backed Brian Daboll. Brian Daboll, good or bad, we've always said there is so much potential there. He is a great offensive play caller. He's a great play designer. And when you're doing it with Wan'Dale Robinson, Lil Jordan Humphrey, Theo Johnson, Jalen Hyatt, like, yes, Cam Skattebo is a good player. Like, it's not to say that he's not a good player, because he is a great running back, and he's probably going to be the future of this Giants team, especially with Tracy back, only getting 4 carries. It tells you that Skattebo is probably the bell cow going forward. But even Jaxson Dart, there was a lot of question marks about Jaxson Dart coming in. Is he ready for the NFL? Is the scheme going to match with what he does well? And I think that Brian Daboll's done a phenomenal job working with his skill set and maximizing it with what he has right now and kind of his abilities with where he's at in his NFL development. I do think he runs the football a little bit too much, and we've seen that wear and tear kind of get to him a little bit. But outside of that, I think he's played great football. It's just my next step for him is, can you do that on the road? Because that loss to the Saints is such a bad loss. It just makes you wonder, like, are those road issues going to be a thing for him going forward, or can he overcome that as he continues his development in the league? But, I mean, that's the big takeaways. They took the Exciting Whites name, snatched it right from the Eagles, and now it's all over the Giants. It's Cam Skattebo and it's Jaxson Dart. No more of the Exciting Whites on the Eagles. It is all Giants.
Do you know what movie this is from? The clip that's on the screen right now. You know what this is, Jay Rich?
I do not.
You're a hockey guy. You don't know who the Bash Brothers are?
Not really a hockey guy, but
Mighty Ducks. Come on, man.
Ducks,
these are the Mighty Ducks D2. These are the Bash Brothers right here. That's what they're saying. Skattebo and Jaxson Dart are. Listen, there's no excuses. I don't give a damn who the Eagles lost. No one gave them a shot versus this Giants team. This same Eagles team, without Jalen Carter, might I add, the Dallas Cowboys couldn't beat them. Dallas lost the game. That's my squad, right? The Giants got it done at home. This was an embarrassing loss. We talked a lot on Monday and Wednesday about how embarrassing of a loss it was for Arizona to drop that game for Tennessee.
Yep.
Man, let's talk about the Eagles.
I mean, what is there to say, right? This is the second straight week they scored 0 points in the second half, because they scored 7 points second half last week at Tampa Bay, but they scored 0 points in New York this week in the second half. And Jalen Hurts it's crazy because his completion percentage is good, right? Like, you look at his stats, they seem fine. Like, the yards are there, the completions are there. There's not too many turnovers. But, man, like, just the inability to drive the ball down the field consistently from this Eagles offense is very concerning. And especially when you open up a game with 2 carries from Saquon Barkley for like 25 yards.
30 yards.
And he finishes,
First 2 carries, 30 yards.
55 yards. You're like, what is going on here? And they're running all these like weird sets and like misdirection type counters into Kayvon Thibodeau, and you're like,
trade
what
that
are you guys
Saquon.
doing?
Let's get Saquon to Kansas City. Let's just start throwing every running back to Saquon, Achane, Kamara, get them all to Kansas City. Who's the OC? Who the hell is the OC in Philadelphia? I'm gonna look this up.
It's Kevin Petula.
Who is this?
He was an internal hire. I think he was the former passing game coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles, or the quarterback's coach, but he was an internal hire. It's back when they brought in Brian Johnson after Shane Steichen left in 2023, and the Eagles offense regressed in the second half, and it wasn't good. And it's funny because I was looking up Brian Johnson's Wikipedia page, and in his 2023 part when he's at the Eagles, it's like, the Eagles offense is very predictable, it's basic, and it's reminiscent of a Madden offense. And I think people are saying the exact same things right now about Kevin Petula and this Eagles offense, which is, you know, it's what it is. You watch them play games and you're like, no wonder these wide receivers aren't open. Like, they're running the most basic route concepts. There's no motion. Everything is so vanilla. I just don't understand, like, what the plan is for this team. Like, Sirianni has had Shane Steichen. Sirianni has had Kellen Moore run these offenses at extremely high levels. At what point is he going to say, you know what, dude? You're not doing your job, and just take over the offense, because that's what they need right now. They need a completely different game plan from what they've been doing, and I don't know what's going to change, when it's going to change, but it needs to change, and it needed to change, honestly, a few weeks ago.
I'll say this, Jay. You know who Jalen Hurts is good for right now? Himself. Because he's still, fantasy-wise, rushing touchdown, passing touchdown, close to 300 yards. He's fine. Like, he is fine starting him. But from the pass catcher side of the ball, you know, they had a players meeting, but then they didn't have a players meeting. A.J. Brown, 6 catches, 80 yards.
We'll take it. I said he'd have a good game.
We'll take it. Devontae Smith, 4 for 49.
Not quite
there. I just, the real low-key winner in Philadelphia's offense this season, and nobody is kind of really talking about it, but Dallas Goedert. You know, Dallas Goedert's got 5 touchdowns on the season? 5. Well, tied for second in the NFL. I'm not.
When you're running ridiculous shovel passes to him at the goal line.
We don't care how they get it done. Cam Skattebo scoring for 1 yard out. Them touchdowns still hit the same in your lineup. Let's give Dallas Goedert a little bit of credit, man. This is 5 touchdowns. If you have him, he's like a top 3 tight end in fantasy football. I mean, that's outside of Goddard, that's about all you want out of this Philadelphia offense. This is bad. Let's play the game, Jay Rich. Let's play the game.
Okay.
Would you rather? Let's start with Jalen Hurts. Let's stick with Jalen Hurts. Let's do a would you rather Jalen Hurts edition with the people. I'll be on the hot seat. Give it to me.
All right, so Jalen Hurts right now is QB4, Ray.
Only behind Josh Allen. Are we going Dynasty fantasy football, right? We're not going building NFL Dynasty team. We're not going this season.
No. If you're building Dynasty. An NFL team, you're dropping them like super far. So we'll go Dynasty.
All right, let's go Dynasty.
But right now, Jalen Hurts in Dynasty is QB4, only behind Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Jaden Daniels. I imagine you have no issues with that. But behind him currently, Jalen Hurts or Justin Herbert?
For Dynasty, I'll still take Hurts.
And I actually agree with you there. I'm surprised Herbert is still QB5. Jalen Hurts or Drake May?
Can I just ask a question? Can I get something on top of? Can I get something back with May for my Hurts, or is this just one for one?
Not right now. No,
not right now.
Hurts isn't playing well enough to do that.
I mean, fantasy wise, he's playing great. I'll still take Jalen Hurts.
Wow. Okay, I'm surprised by that one. Jalen Hurts or a healthy Joe Burrow? Because obviously Joe Burrow.
A healthy Joe Burrow. I would take a healthy Joe Burrow.
Okay, Jalen Hurts or Patrick Mahomes?
I'd take Mahomes. Mahomes.
Okay.
I would take Mahomes.
Jalen Hurts or Caleb Williams?
Hurts.
Okay.
I would take Hurts.
Jalen Hurts or Jordan Love?
Hurts.
Jalen Hurts or Baker Mayfield?
You know, that's an interesting one, man.
That's why I went to him.
I don't feel like I know the spirit of the exercise is 1 for 1, but I feel like I should get something back with my Baker Mayfield. I feel like I should get something back with Baker for moving off of Jalen Hurts.
But isn't Baker a top 3 quarterback right now?
Yeah, but you know how Dynasty is. They play the age game, and, Hurts is this, and he's younger, and he runs around.
Hurts is 27, Baker's 30.
I'll say this. If I can turn my Hurts into Baker and something else, I would not mind doing that.
If it's only a second, is that enough?
No.
It's not a first.
No.
See,
no.
But then you don't have a lot of confidence in Baker.
I do have confidence in Baker. I'm just trying to squeeze here. I'm trying to maximize my return.
The problem is that you
Hurts. I think here's the thing. Can we agree on this? Can we agree on this? For fantasy football scoring purposes, Jalen Hurts is beyond fine. He's fine. He's not even just fine. He's good.
Yeah, he's been very good.
What he's doing for the offense, how he's impacting the weapons, what he's doing for his team on the field, completely different. Completely different, right? So I think that's where, if we're just talking scoring fantasy football points, I don't know how much down the board I'm going to push him. Now, if you're talking, Ray, we're building an NFL team here, to win games, to do this, I think the conversation changes for me, man. I don't think that's not appropriate either, because he is scoring points. If you have him and he's on your roster, you feel great today. He left some shit on the board, no doubt. He left to throw to Smitty on the board. He left some plays on the board, but you're not walking away like, man, dude, I got nothing out of my quarterback this week. You're not feeling like that.
No, and I agree with that, but I think where you would also agree is that there's definitely a sentiment shift for Jalen Hurts right now.
100%.
And while, yes, he is absolutely still a set-and-forget asset, people saying in the chat, very startable, there may be people out there that are like, man, do I still want that Jalen Hurts? Is he still going to perform at the same level? Like, this Eagles offense is not headed a positive direction right now. So if Jalen Hurts regresses even a little bit, he's going to start to fall down. Even if you go to seasonal ranks, right? Josh Allen, number 1. Lamar, obviously hurt, number 2. Patrick Mahomes, QB3 right now on a points per game basis. Justin Fields is 4. Baker Mayfield is 5. And Jalen Hurts, after the game last night, is number 6. So he's still been great. But right behind him is Caleb Williams, Dak Prescott, Matthew Stafford, Drake May, and then Mac Jones. They're only a point and a half behind him per game. And that's where what you're saying is, if you can cash out a Hurts and you're playing a bit more of the short-term game to some extent, there is definitely opportunity there, because he's not scoring as a difference maker right now. And that's what we're not used to seeing from Jalen Hurts.
But that's not what you set me up for. You set me up for bar for 1 for 1, right? You're just saying 1 for 1, and fantasy-wise, like, he's fine. He's good.
But Baker's playing better than him right now. And that's why I asked you about Baker, because Baker is scoring more points per game than him, and we believe a lot more in Baker's offense than we do the
But there's a reason why Baker's there. There's a reason why Baker's down there. It's because he's 30 years old. And people are going to hold that against him regardless of how... You know what Baker is? He's a new, younger version of, like, remember when Kirk Cousins, like, nobody ever really wanted him?
Dak when
but he was just great. Yes. And he's just going to be good. But he's always going to be undervalued. Go Jaxson Dart. I think this is the more interesting would you rather conversation with Jaxson Dart, who I'm watching the game. And I'm texting my dog Damian Parsons. Shout out to DP. It's a scout, does NFL draft work over at Bleacher Report, been on the channel before. And I'm like, man, Jaxson Dart is doing a lot of the same shit Caleb Williams does. Running around, off script, doesn't drop back. He's completing passes and people love it, right? People are loving it. But he wasn't just dropping back and dealing back there. But I'm a USC guy. That's what we do. We produce these kind of quarterbacks from USC, Jay Rich. Give me some would you rather. He got to start at USC. He will always be a Trojan.
How many games did he play at USC versus how many games he played at Ole Miss?
A full season at USC as the starter. Full season. Full season as the starter.
2 seasons at Ole Miss?
He's always a Trojan.
You think Lane Kiffin would say he's a USC quarterback?
Lane Kiffin he's a former USC coach, so he would say it too. Give me the would you rather for Jaxson Dart.
All right, we will get into Jaxson Dart now, and it's funny. So we had Baker Mayfield at QB 12, Jaxson Dart rate QB 13
already. Okay.
So very high. But I did want to point out Week 4, 19.8 points in that one, 15.58 at New Orleans, and then 23.6 points in that Philadelphia game. That's per ESPN standard PPR scoring. But Jaxson Dart, QB 13, Jaxson Dart or Brock Purdy?
In Dynasty, Jaxson Dart. I'll take Dart.
Yeah, in Dynasty. Jaxson Dart or Brock Purdy?
I'll take Dart over Purdy. I'll take Dart over Purdy.
Jaxson Dart or CJ Stroud?
Dart.
Jaxson Dart or Jared Goff?
Give me the young guy. Give me the young guy. If you want to take Goff, I'm not going to use the better quarterback right now in a better situation, but give me the young guy. Give me the young guy. Give me Dart. I could do more with my Dart.
Jaxson Dart or Dak Prescott?
How could you not take Dart? I mean, how could you not take Dak? How could you not take Dak? But Dak's what, 10 years?
If we ranked our quarterbacks, Dak would be in the top 12.
Dak's 10 years, 11 years older than him. Jaxson Dart. Jaxson Dart.
Yeah, Dak's only 32. It's not like he's crazy old.
I just said 10, he's 10 years older.
Down the board, right?
Yeah.
So then you have J.J. McCarthy, Cam Ward, Michael Penix, all those guys. But going up the board, Jaxson Dart or Baker Mayfield?
Bake.
Jaxson Dart or Bo Nix?
Dart.
Really? Okay. Jaxson Dart or Jordan Love?
Dart. All it's going to take, here's the problem. Here's the problem with Bo Nix, Jordan Love. Who else did you say? Bo Nix, Jordan Love.
Baker Mayfield.
Stroud.
And then if you want Purdy, Stroud, Goff.
Here's the problem. One bad game from Jordan Love, people are done with him. Absolutely done with him. One bad game from Bo, this dude sucks. I knew he sucked. Last year was a fluke. One bad game, that's all it's going to take. Jaxson Dart has bought himself, he's bought himself over a season. Because right now what people are saying is, look at how good they are and they don't have Malik Neighbors. Look at how good they are and their offensive line is still a work in progress. Look at how good they are and this dude has only been the starting quarterback for a handful of games. Wait until they get Neighbors back. Wait until they find a true number 2 wide receiver to play alongside Malik Neighbors. He's bought himself another 20 games of ADV, of people just wanting and hoping and wishing for more. I would take him over him. I'd take him over Bo.
Okay. I think you're probably at your max there, but Jaxson Dart or Caleb Williams? Who's QB9?
I would take Caleb Williams. I would take Caleb Williams over Dart. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you'd say you probably put him a little bit higher, maybe in the top 10, right around where Bo Nix is. But where are you at on Jordan Love, right? Jordan Love's only 27, or going to be 27 very shortly. He's QB 10 right now. You kind of talked about how the sentiment around him is did he throw 3 touchdowns that week, or did he only throw 1 touchdown that week?
I don't think it's real. I don't think it's real steam. You know who really loves Jordan Love? No pun intended. The fantasy manager that has him. Other than that, nobody. Not us. Here's a better way to frame this question, Jay Rich. How many people are trying to buy that Jaxson Dart now? I bet you there are more people trying to get Dart than they are trying to get damn Bo Nix or Jordan Love or any of that shit. Yeah. I just, you know what I mean?
The answer is, how many trade offers are you getting for your Jordan Love? And the answer is zero every week, except for the 1 week he throws 4 touchdowns. That's the week someone will say, oh, can I buy Jordan Love? And it's like, well, no, not now.
And I think, this is like real talk. Regardless of which player you would take over the other, that's what makes this game so fun. Because there's somebody or some bodies in this chat. Shout out to D-Bro in the building. What's up, D-Bro? There's somebody or some bodies in this chat right now listening to this saying, man, let me go buy that Love. Let me go buy. Like, what are you guys talking about? Give me the proven NFL winner. Give me Dak Prescott. What, you guys are buying into Jaxson Dart after 3 games? Y'all are insane. Give me Love. Give me Nix. Give me Prescott. Give me whomever it is, right? There's another side of this conversation of people saying, man, y'all are out of your mind. Give me the proven NFL talent. But
yeah, I mean, we're gonna see, right? That's the part that I think is very unfortunate for Jaxson Dart, is like, he obviously had a great game this game, but going to Denver, playing Philly again, right? Literally in 2 weeks, and then having to play San Francisco, like, I understand people are excited, but definitely, like, this is not a situation that is fair to Jaxson Dart at all. Like, this is one of the worst 3-game stretches you could have in the NFL.
But why? You know what? I don't view it that way, man. He's beaten the Chargers and he's beaten the Eagles. He's beating the Chargers. And I think all bets are off with not being fair to Jaxson Dart. This team is better. This team is infinitely better with Dart than they were with Russell Wilson. They are.
That is true. That is true.
So I don't want to move the goalpost too far. I'm not trying to make what should have been an extra point attempt for Jaxson Dart a Brandon Aubrey level kick. I'm not moving the goalpost back for a 60-yard field goal, but I am adjusting. I don't think this is the same Giants team that we thought it would be if it were Russell Wilson starting for the full season, right? That it's different. Like, he's better.
I think this is the Giants team that we hoped it could be. Right, and that's where, you talk about him beating the Chargers. I really think the defense kind of beat the Chargers, but he did his thing out there, and it was his first start. Like, credit to him for that. The Saints lost. It's hard to know why the hell they lost that game with how good they looked in this game, but the turnovers were a massive issue.
Road game.
But maybe it is the first road game, right?
First road game is tough, man. It's tough playing in a new environment. And then going to Denver,
and then going to Philly. Like, we're gonna see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see what he's made of, right? And what this team is made of. But yeah, it's definitely, this team looks a lot more like it should have, right? And obviously Russ is a big factor there, and Dart getting in and looking good is a huge reason why they're much better than we expected them to be. But this is the competitive Giants team, especially with how good the defense is, that we expected. Like, the moment you saw Brian Burns and Abdul Carter running stunts, the Eagles had no answers for that play. Every time they ran the twist stunt with Burns and Abdul Carter, it was a sack or a negative play every single time. And that's one of the reasons why we loved this Giants front from the very beginning. But yeah, with now Dart and Skattebo elevating the offense and putting points on the board, this team is much more competitive, I think, than we even expected coming in.
Just curious, where's Skattebo at? Dynasty ranking, where's Scat at? Where's Skattebo?
Find him.
Where's Skattebo at? Where's he at?
Do you want to guess before I tell you?
19.
He's at 17. He's at 17. So mid-level RB2 in Dynasty. Definitely some room for upside. But would you rather Cam Skattebo or Kenneth Walker?
Scat.
Yeah, I think I agree with you there.
Scat.
Cam Skattebo or Josh Jacobs?
Man, Jacobs is a tank, man. Jacobs is pretty good. I would still take Josh Jacobs over Skattebo.
Cam Skattebo or Travion Henderson?
Oh, are you serious? Skattebo.
He's still at RB14.
Skattebo. Absolutely. Cam Skattebo.
Cam Skattebo or Breece Hall?
I think Breece is the better player.
Okay.
There's no doubt that the New York Giants environment is significantly better than the environment that Breece Hall is in. Give me Scat.
Okay. And I agree with you there. Cam Skattebo or Kyren Williams?
Let me not make them. If we dare,
you got to take that Kyren, right?
You got to take that Kyren. The YouTube comments, 100,000 likes deep, will get on my ass. I would still take Kyren Williams, but man, he is just a fumble-prone running back, man. At some point, his luck is going to run out. But I guess I'll still ride with Kyren right now. Who else we got?
That's pretty much it. Because then you got Christian McCaffrey, Quinshon Judkins, Saquon Barkley. Like, there's not much. Where
you at with Saquon? Because it's clearly not a Saquon issue. He still looks good.
That's fair.
When he touches the ball. The O-line is not good. They don't give him the ball. They can't run it. They don't check down. I'm not placing all this blame on, what's his name? Pacula. What's his name? But what is it? Like, what is going on? And I know there's no Landon Dickerson. I believe some people are saying they're missing Mekhi Becton. They're missing Becton. The offensive line is a problem.
Well, I think that's honestly, Ray, and this is something that we talked about literally after week 1 Thursday Night Football. I said to you, this Eagles offensive line doesn't look that dominant. It doesn't look like the Eagles offensive line we saw last season. And again, it's early in the year. We don't know if it's the new offense, a new OC, new concepts, new whatever. But we are now 6 weeks into the season, a third through the year, and the Eagles are losing games because their offense isn't good enough. Like, it's just not good enough. And the defense obviously didn't do their part in this game. They were missing some pieces, and they allowed a lot of points. But the offense should still be good enough to help out and support a defense in games that does struggle. Because even look to games past, they are the ones that helped win them the game because the Eagles offense didn't do enough, right? And the Cowboys game is a perfect example of that. The Eagles defense did just enough to win the game, and the offense didn't really do a whole lot. Very similar in that Chiefs game where Jalen Hurts did literally nothing, and they still came out with a victory. But yeah, the offensive line is a problem, and that's something we're not used to seeing from the Eagles team, whether it's pre-Saquon Barkley, and then obviously last year with Saquon Barkley, that entire stretch, they had a great offensive line, and it was great for Jalen Hurts. And even there was plays throughout the game where we saw that great offensive line giving Hurts tons of time, and they still couldn't generate very big plays off of it. So I do think the offensive line is a problem. But the question about what do you do with Barkley, you hold him. Because the minute you sell him, guess what? He's going to have a 200-yard game, and you're going to feel like an absolute idiot. But yeah, I don't know when the situation gets better because it seems like the offensive line is a problem.
Man, this is just, it's such a fascinating game and storylines inside the storyline. Shout out to Nick Pick 6. Daboll saved his job too, most likely. Do you agree with that? Do you think Daboll is safe? Outside of them just collapsing completely, which I don't think that, again, I'm not saying that they win the Super Bowl, Jay, but the energy around this team, and Dart ain't perfect, okay? Let's be. He is not perfect. He's not all the way there. Footwork still needs some development. There's some passes that he leaves on the field, but his ability to, and I always go back to this, man, when you want to find a really dope football player, especially at the QB position, what happens when the drawn up play design is wrecked? When the X's and O's break down, can you go get it? Can you go make a play? I do think there's some things that he needs to learn, protecting his body, getting down,
for sure,
going out of bounds, not launching into defensive backs, because what's going to happen is you're going to get safety and say, you know what? I'm going to light your ass up right on the side. You know what I mean? I'm going all out.
He's hanging out too much with Cam Skattebo is the
right,
problem.
Right. But like when things break down, he is dangerous with his legs. He is looking down the field. The arm strength and the arm talent is there. That was such a big win for the Giants. Did you see the signs? Saquon, who we got Skattebo. The owners, they're down there. They're in the tunnel waiting for the players. It feels like Daboll has. I know it seems like he's done enough, but beating the Chargers, beating the Eagles at home, he gets a couple of more wins. He's getting another year. Now he's getting another year. And defensively, they got pieces, man. They got pieces on the defensive side of the ball. They got pieces.
Yeah, and that's where, we've always talked about when is Dart going to play, and obviously we're here now, and we saw it in that Chargers game, but it's how do they navigate this stretch, right? This stretch is one of the worst we've seen in the schedules, honestly, in multiple seasons. Like, he's still got to go to Denver, Philly, San Fran, Chicago, Green Bay, Detroit, and New England. Those are all potential losses for this team. But sure, if we get the Chargers performance, if we get the Eagles performance in some of those games, then yeah, they may be able to win some of those games. But that's what's so hard for me with this team is I just don't know which version of this team we're gonna get. Like you can't lose to the Saints one week and then show up and kick the Eagles' ass a few days later.
I think that's what it's going to be. You got rookies. That's what it's going to be. I think it's going to be.
That's fair.
To expect excellence at a consistent level from this team right now I think that's the goalpost has moved too far. You're probably going to get some volatility. But here's the thing. There could be 3 or 4 losses in there. They might be able to beat Denver. They just beat Philadelphia, and they beat them bad. They beat them bad. And I don't want to hear we didn't have Jalen Carter. I don't want to hear it, man. This Giants offensive line, get to him. Sack him. Make a tackle. The touchdown to Wan'Dale Robinson, make a tackle, 24.
Yeah.
Tackle the receiver, right? Zach Bond, all-pro linebacker, got his cookie snatched by Skattebo not just on the sideline, right? Skattebo ran him over. Truck stick, right? Bell cow scat, truck sticked him for a first down, and then Jaxson Dart juked him out of his shoes for a touchdown run. Make a play. I know we have said that this is the stretch that they're going to lose every game. They don't have a bye to week 14, but if they play like this, if they play versus the Chargers, they can win some of these games, Jay. They absolutely can win some of these games. All right, we got to go to break. We spent the whole damn show talking about the Eagles and the Giants. We got to get to some more stuff. Hit the thumbs up button, like the stream, subscribe to the channel. We'll be right back after the break. Appreciate y'all being in the building. This is Wake Up with Ray and Jay every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here on the YouTube channel. Check out all the fantasy football content, Dynasty Deal Show, Trust the Trinity on DDFFB. That is live. And then if you missed any content on the channel, mock draft. I only did the top 10 picks, Jay Rich. You know, I'm not going to BS the folks. I don't know.
Didn't want to expose yourself.
Trying to guess who the 29th pick is going to be right now, a little difficult. But more so having a conversation about the top picks in the draft, what the Jets might do at the quarterback position, what should some of these teams potentially do. The Ravens currently, Jay Rich, picking 3rd overall. My goodness, I had no clue what to do with Baltimore picking that damn high. But you better believe old Ray got Lamar some help, Jay Rich. So make sure you check out my 2026 mock draft. And I'm going to be posting a sort of look ahead to college football later today, some of the top prospects that you need to be tapped into from this upcoming weekend's college football games. And then Jay Rich, you know what it is, baby. It is the best usage visualization tool in the game. And for $9, I don't know why people have not decided to trust it yet, but you got to check out the Trinity show. Scott, Connor, and I went through damn near every wide receiving situation in the NFL going into week 6. That is live on DDFFB. Right now, you can access the Trinity on ddfantasyfootball.com. Follow the dots. It's real simple. You know that, man, Jay, I was thinking about this the other day because we're at a spot now. There's some really dope advanced data sites that Sumer Sports, whatever it is, new, super dope. Shout out to them. But there's going to be a point where everybody has data. Like there's no secret about yards per route. There's no secret, right? But 95% of people out there, oh my God, look at what he runs for. If I just asked you what happens with the cornerbacks and the safeties during cover 3, would you know, Jay Rich? Do you know what they're doing?
Ooh.
Do you know what they're doing?
Well, one safety rotates, is it to the far side? And then the other safety rotates to the middle and one cornerback drops back. But I don't know whether it's far side or near side, depending on the hashes.
95% of people don't know what the hell is going on in different coverages, and they just don't. And you shouldn't. Unless you really played or studied that shit, you don't know. So what we've done is make all of it simple, like all the targets and the yards and what does it mean? What does it mean? We put it in the dots. Like you just follow the dots. You can see the team. You can see the usage. Do you want to buy? Do you want to buy low on a low usage, high production player, high production, low usage? We make it simple for you. Just check out the video. If you're skeptical, go check out. It's not a new metric. It's all the metrics that we talk about, just made simple so you could see it and understand. So I'm telling you, it's the best usage visualization tool in the game, bar none. No separation score in there. We're not venturing into those waters, Jay Rich. You ain't back there charting it for the people out there. Just follow the dots, baby. But let's talk Kansas City, Detroit, because that's the one game we didn't really talk about. We didn't really talk about Kansas City, Detroit. The Chiefs right now, Jay Rich, if the season were to end today, I believe they're picking number 10. I think they're picking 10th right now if the NFL draft were to be today. I believe they're picking 10th.
The Carolina, they're actually ahead technically in the draft of the
Carolina Panthers, Jay Rich. They are 2-3. Sunday Night Football. Detroit comes to town. Right now, the Chiefs are favored by 1.5. This game opened up. How did the game open up 48.5 points, and now it's 52.5, and Kansas City is favored? And it looks like Xavier Worthy is doubtful for the game. Or questionable.
Really? No.
Questionable.
No,
he's going to play?
He practiced Wednesday. He's being rested. He was rested Thursday, but he should be back to practice on Friday. But apparently Thursday he had a rest day instead of having a rest day on Wednesday for whatever reason. That's what I was reading this morning. So he should be okay.
What's about to happen in this game? If Kansas City loses, is it over? If they lose, they will be 2-4.
2-4.
2-4. You got Denver at 3-2. The Chargers at 3-2.
I think they're still playing for the division, even if they lose.
Okay.
That hopes of 1 seed, 2 seed, I think are maybe not over. But if you look about 1-2 seed, Jacksonville and Buffalo are number 1 and 2. Something in that order, right? Because they're both 4-1. Indy's 4-1, going to be 5-1 this week as they play Arizona, right? So we'll see how that all shakes out, but the division is still very much wide open. But I'm with you. I think that Detroit's going to win this game handily. I think there's going to be a lot of points in this game. Detroit's very banged up defensively. I think KC will put up some points, but ultimately I just think Detroit's offense is too good, and KC's going to lose this game. Now, again, I'm not really sure why they're favored. Maybe it's just because they're at home, and that's simply the only reason why. But the last time Detroit played Kansas City in Kansas City, they won the game. So I'm not really sure what's changed. The teams are very much the same. I think actually the Chiefs are significantly worse than they were the last time these two teams played in Detroit. Coordinator's gone, hasn't really made a difference offensively. Defensively, Detroit's defense, especially last season, wasn't very good anyways. They still won 15 games. So I think that Detroit's going to win this game. And it's probably going to be a really fun game to watch, probably a ton of points. But I don't know why Detroit's not favored in this contest. Do you have anything else to add as to why maybe KC is favored in this game?
Because they're home? You know, Rolling with Johnny says Brashard Smith breakout game coming this week.
We saw a bit last week. Maybe we see a bit more this week. I don't know.
I wish that.
Maybe.
Listen, what did Brashard Smith tell us, man, at the Senior Bowl? I loved him. Great answer, man. I could do whatever. He said, man, I just give me the ball, man. I just love playing ball. You want to see him involved, but Jason said it in the chat. How are they going anywhere when their leading rusher on the season is Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah.
We're 6 weeks in. Pacheco's awful. You can't play him. You can't play him.
Can we make a parallel though? And where we need to criticize the Chiefs a bit. How's that stop the Niners? Niners can't run the football, and they have Christian McCaffrey.
But they continue to try. He's running the ball. He's running it 20 times a game. They give Pacheco 4 touches. We've seen enough. Enough. They probably have the game. We're going to try to establish it. They give him the ball 3 times, and they said, that's it.
But
get Kareem Hunt in there.
Do you think they should have that Niners approach where they're able to give their running backs 20?
Yeah.
The thing is, I don't think they're good enough for that right now. Right? The Niners are still converting on third downs. They're still very efficient offensively in the past.
Christian McCaffrey's been awful behind running the ball. Yeah. He's been awful running. They can't run the ball. He's been awful running the ball. Awful.
And even in that game against the Jags, Pacheco averaged 5 a carry.
They don't give it to him. That's what I'm saying. They don't give it to him. I think Detroit gets it done. I think Detroit gets it done. And what you're telling me is even with the loss, Kansas City's still in it, so we can move on. I don't think they're going to win this game. And Mahomes is playing.
I mean, they're getting Rice back. Vegas, Washington, Buffalo, at Denver is going to be tough. Indy. I mean, maybe they could lose some of those games, but I just think the division is still very much in hand. They still have, 5 divisional games on their schedule, because the only one they played so far is the Chargers game. So they can make up a few games in division if they can just get some divisional wins. But yeah, they're playing for division at this point.
We'll see how it plays out, Jay Rich. We'll see how it plays out. Let's talk Baltimore Rams really quickly.
Oh yeah.
Because people want to know. I saw some people in the chat saying, I love you, Ray, but I'm done with Kyren. I'm done. Out. Done with Kyren Williams.
Kyren's been pretty good, no?
Kyren's... If he would stop fumbling, yes.
Yeah. He's a top 10 running back right now.
Yeah.
Season.
I don't think people are disputing that. They're just like, how long is it going to last? How many more fumbles? We've only played 5 weeks. There's still a lot of football. There's a lot of fumbles left to happen. How many more opportunities is he going to get? How many more opportunities?
I'm assuming you saw Vrabel talk about Ramondre's fumbles, right? And he's like, we know he's fumbling. We see everyone talking about his fumbles. It's like, but if I'm not going to back him, who's gonna, right? Who's going to give him the confidence to keep going and keep working for this team? I will not for Ramondre, unfortunately. But for Kyren, I think it's the same thing. If McVay really thought Blake Corum could take over for Kyren Williams, they'd probably be split right now or close to it, right? Or getting closer to it than we've seen. Again, as bad as Kyren can be at times with the fumbles, until he really cost them a game, which I don't think he's done quite yet. And I may be just misremembering some of these games. He's come very close, right? Kind of like Ramondre. Ramondre's come very close to costing them some games, and he did cost them the Steelers game, to be fair. But until it gets real bad, I think Kyren's still going to be the main running back, especially on the goal line. Which is all you're looking for anyways. You're not expecting him to be a bell cow.
My only question is, do you think we see a little Jarquez Hunter? Just a little. Just a little taste, just a tip.
Does he have a single carry yet this season?
I have no idea. Probably not.
Give me 1 second.
Probably 2 carries. Probably got 2 carries on the season. How many carries?
So right now, in terms of carries, Kyren Williams, 82, Blake Corum, 24, Matthew Stafford, 11, Puka Nacua, 3, Jordan Witherspoon, 3, Jarquez Hunter, 0.
Okay. 0. So the answer is probably
no.
Probably no. You starting your Ravens?
I am okay flexing Zay Flowers. He actually was fine last week.
Derrick Henry.
I don't want to start him. Again, if this is a dude that we're banking on getting 50 yards, that is not a startable running back. Do you think he's again, flex worthy? Sure, but he's not a top 24 running back. Like, how is he a top 24 running back?
I'm just not. I can't bench him, Jay Rich.
Who do you think?
I can't bench him.
I'm being so dead ass.
I'm being dead ass too. I'm not benching him.
Do you think Blake Corum can outscore him this week? Because I do. 100%. Why can't Blake score a touchdown this week?
Because no.
Who's got a better shot to score a touchdown? Derrick Henry or Blake Corum?
Henry.
Nah.
Henry. Let's make a bet. Let's make a Topo bet. Who outscores who? Does Blake Corum outscore Derrick Henry this week?
I will happily take that bet.
You'll take the bet?
I will bet on the backup running back for the Rams outscoring the king.
Lock it in.
Let's do it.
I want my Topo Chico delivered on Monday. I want it Monday
morning. Depends on when things open.
I want it Monday. Topo bet. I don't know how DoorDash operates in Alberta, Canada, but I will see.
Guess what? You gotta get it on Amazon, and it's expensive.
I'll just send you the $16. How about that, Jay Rich? But I want my Topo. Derrick Henry absolutely outscores Blake Corum. That's how bad it's gotten for Baltimore. That's how bad it's been for Derrick Henry that we're comparing him to backup running backs who barely touch the damn ball. Outside of that, there's nobody else. No Mark Andrews, right? Don't do it.
Nah, I can't do
Can't
that.
do it. Can't do it.
Not with Cooper Rush, man.
Not with Cooper Rush.
For me, it's just Zay Flowers because, again, at least there's the positive game script aspect. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be sexy. But, man, maybe Zay Flowers can give you 5 for 50, 5 for 60.
Ike, don't do this, Ike. Ike said sprinkle on the Ravens money line. Feels like one of those weird spots where they overperform and the Rams can be vulnerable. Ike, don't you do this. Don't you do this. Jay Rich, what do you have to say to Ike? What do we have to say to our boy Ike? Saying just sprinkle. A sprinkle on that money line.
What?
Are you joking?
And
Ravens money line.
Jay, and it's not even good. I mean, plus 320. I need a little more than that.
Do you know, right? It could be 10-1, and I would still bet the Rams. I'd rather put $1,000 on the Rams to win 100 than bet $100 on the Ravens to win 1,000.
Hey, man. Dude, I bet on Teoscar Hernandez to have less than 1.5 strikeouts, and he was just swinging and a whiffing yesterday. Neither here nor there, but it was not a good baseball
Hell of a
day.
Win, though, for your Dodgers.
It was.
Hell of a win. Shout out Philly.
Hey, that was a good game. That was a good game. Dodgers hung in there.
Philly, man.
12 strikeouts, and they got it done. They got it done with 12 damn strikeouts collectively, but Teoscar cost me a lot of money. Jay Rich, where you want to go? Where you want to go next? Where do you want to go next? Oklahoma, Texas? Want to go Oklahoma, Texas? Some Arch Manning time?
Okay, actually,
Arch
if you
Manning?
want to get into it, is Mateer back?
I don't think so. I don't think he's back.
Okay,
I think it's Hawkins. I don't think Mateer's back yet.
I don't gotta watch that. Okay, no.
Yeah, I don't. It's funny though, man. Let me. Can y'all indulge some fun real quick, Jay Rich? Cam Ward goes from Washington State to Miami, right? Balls out, rehabilitates his image, rehabilitates his career. Cristobal. Carson Beck, once viewed as a top quarterback at Georgia, he falls off the map, transfers to Miami. He's got them humming. Number 2, number 3 team in the country. Who do they bring in next year, Jay Rich? I've heard some rumblings.
All right, I'll play. I thought you were going to talk about Carson Beck being like a top 5 draft pick.
I've heard some rumblings
that
they're done with old Arch in Austin. Jay Rich, that they're done.
Oh, no.
I've heard some rumblings.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Who's Miami getting? Who's Miami going to bring in as their veteran quarterback to do what they just have done? Because they're all, Cristobal's only going after veteran quarterbacks. Who are the Hurricanes going to bring in next year? Some people are saying Arch Manning. Let Arch transfer to Miami. I don't think it's Arch either. I got a couple of quarterbacks that I will toss to you. Cade Klubnik.
Klubnik is my number one. He is number one. He needs
to transfer to Miami.
It sucks because it's within the ACC, but
I know that's what I said.
But Cade don't care. Why does Cade care? He'll say, "Oh, you gave Carson.
They gave Carson Beck $5 million.
Give me $15 million because I'm way better than Carson Beck." Right? I think the answer is it's Cade Klubnik. But who else do you have on your list?
Somebody said Drew Aller. Drew Aller.
Is he still have eligibility?
He still has eligibility. Somebody said Aller. You've got CJ Bailey out of North Carolina State would be another one. Okay. 6'6" quarterback, another one. I think Klubnik was the one I landed on. Neither here nor there.
Has to be Klubnik.
I think, and then Matthew said Mateer is probable for tomorrow. So Mateer might be out. Jason said Klubnik is out of eligibility. No way, man. He still got some eligibility. Yeah,
he didn't play year one.
Yeah, Cade. Somebody said Nuss. I don't think it would be Nuss. No more COVID years. Okay, so
does Nuss have eligibility though?
Yeah, Nuss does. Yeah, Nuss.
I think he didn't play first year either.
Yeah, Nuss absolutely has eligibility. They're getting somebody, Jay Rich. So just stay on the lookout. Stay on the lookout. All right, let's talk about. Where do you want to go, Jay? Dallas. I don't think we need to talk Dallas and Carolina. Is CeeDee Lamb back? Lamb back?
So Turpin, DMP Thursday, could miss this weekend along with Lamb, but Todd Archer from ESPN said that he wouldn't rule out Lamb for week 7.
Okay, so Ryan Flournoy is in play.
Ryan Flournoy is very in play.
Flournoy is in
play. Against Carolina, very in play. And also who's back in this game, Ray, is your boy JT Sanders. Jatavian Sanders has practiced in full this week and will be back this week for Carolina after missing 2 weeks.
Okay, all right. Well, I want to talk Tampa Bay, San Francisco. I think this is one. And Mac Jones, 3-0, starting quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers. This is a game where he's going to have to throw the ball because they're not going to be able to run on Tampa Bay. You're going to have to pass the ball. And Baker Mayfield's going to push the ball down the field. And without Bucky Irving, who I don't believe is playing in this game, Rachaad White to get his customary touches, but I don't think he's going to find a lot of rushing success either. They're going to have to throw the ball. Baker, Mac Jones, Baker Mayfield. You got CMC and Emeka Egbuka. What do you think about this one, man?
It's going to be a fun game. I think the big thing for me is I'm just loving this Bucs schedule. And it's crazy because, all off season, we're talking Giants schedule. We're talking all these different schedules. We never once talked about the Bucs schedule, but every single game we get box office Baker.
Whoa.
And Baker shows up and he balls out. What's up?
Godwin just declared out. And I did forget DJ Lagway. I just want to go back. Lagway would also be a nice one to go from Gainesville to Miami.
Right. Lagway sucks, okay? He's terrible.
Billy Napier sucks. Billy Napier's not good.
Billy Napier's not good. Is not good. So that's funny that Godwin is out because it was reported yesterday Godwin didn't practice and was listed with a fibula injury. The fibula is what he broke last season.
Listen, man. Hey, Jay. I've got no problem being I just didn't want these guys, right? Coming off these major injuries, I just didn't want them. I just didn't want them. Diggs, I wish I had a little more Diggs, right? I'm sorry I didn't have, but Diggs isn't breaking fantasy football either.
You'll take the miss.
I'll take the miss.
All the hits, right?
I don't want Godwin. I didn't want those guys. And somebody in the chat asked yesterday, and it's a really good point. Somebody said, so Ray, are you going to be out on Neighbors next year? If you don't want these players coming off a significant injury, are you not going to want Neighbors next year? It depends on where his price is, man.
It'll be high though. It's Neighbors.
It's Neighbors, and Neighbors is not 30 years old like Stephon Diggs. He's not 30 years old like Chris Godwin. We'll see when we get there, but I damn sure didn't want the old ones coming off a significant injury. I did not, and I saw some people talking about it yesterday because there was a clip of Godwin not practicing, and they said it's RG3. They were like, man, they rushed him back. He shouldn't have been on the field. And I wonder, because Godwin's first game back, Jay, he got peppered with targets. I think he had like 10, 12 targets, right?
It's a lot.
And then in the second game, they dialed that shit all the way back. They're like, hey, man, get Tez Johnson out there some more. Like, I think with Godwin out, would you, if you've got a desperation swing, would you, because it's not going to just be Emeka Egbuka, right? He's going to get his. Would you have any confidence in Sterling Shepard or Tez Johnson in a game that, what's the total? Projected 47.5, open at 46 is 47.5. We'll see if it adjusts with Godwin being out. I don't see how it would change much, but just talk about it. Godwin's out now. Baker's got Egbuka, no Bucky Irving, no Brock Purdy, injuries galore. Christian McCaffrey, the leading receiver. Like this become even more intriguing with some desperation dart throw plays.
Yeah, like, I mean, I think for me, Shepard is still kind of the guy because throughout all of this chaos with this wide receiver room, he's still been serviceable for fantasy. You kind of know you're not getting that high upside there, but I still think he's a viable option if you need it because Baker's going to have to throw to somebody. And that's what I think is tough is, you know, you and I obviously picked this game. You took San Francisco. I took Tampa Bay because I was banking on Baker here. And it hasn't really mattered who's in the lineup. He's always kind of got it done. You know, Jeff Mathis throwing around Cade Otton, and I think Cade Otton probably will get some more targets as a result. But this is a big blow for this team because even though Chris Godwin isn't playing at a very high level, he still commands attention from a defensive coordinator.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
You don't think so at all, eh?
No, the idea of the Chris Godwin last year, yes, but hobbled Chris Godwin, they weren't worried about his ass. Hey, man, we're not worried about him.
But, so do you think, though, that Salah can shut down Emeka Egbuka?
Do I believe that Salah can shut down Egbuka? No.
With Diamador Lenore?
No, probably not, but he can make things a little difficult. I think now the attention, it's all on Egbuka now, which that's why I'm saying, are there any other ancillary guys? I see Taylor saying Sterling for TD upside. Godwin saw Egbuka taking his job. Listen, I said this with Matt Harmon. I think even when Mike Evans comes back, Egbuka is the number one guy. Even with Evans there, like this is the number one receiver in this offense, man. Yeah. Sucks that Jalen McMillan is not here. McMillan would be getting his too.
Yeah, and that's where, you know, I mean, last week was pretty good for Tez Johnson. So, I mean, if you want to start him, I can't really blame you. I think Shepard is still probably the better answer today just because, I mean, it was 1 week from Johnson, but in the same breath, like, they got to play somebody at wide receiver. They run a ton of 3 wide receiver sets. Yep. Shepard will probably be in the slot. Egbuka on one side. Tez will be probably in the slot or outside. To some respect, but I mean, he had four catches on 4 targets last week, and from a Tez Johnson, you'll take that. Like, you'll take 4 receptions for 60 yards. That's almost 10 fantasy points from a dude that you thought wouldn't play at all this season. So I don't think we should be discouraged by a performance like that. But I'm also now a bit worried. Like, is this game the shootout that we kind of thought it could be? Well, if everything kind of going the right way.
If Chris Godwin was the reason why it was going to be a shootout, then you didn't have a lot of confidence in it being a shootout in the first place.
Well, I think it's different though, because now for me, the way I kind of would cap this game is if the 49ers don't push the envelope, are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going to have enough firepower to do so? Because if I'm the Niners, I'm just going to play defense and control the ball. Right? And then just pray Baker can be efficient with his touches because I don't think we're going to see without Bucky Irving and obviously the main guys who have been there for years, the ability to move the ball consistently.
I see everybody saying Cade Otton, but aren't the Niners pretty good at defending tight ends?
I genuinely have no idea.
Okay. I'd probably just made that up as well. I'm just thinking about Fred Warner and like, oh yeah, they got Fred Warner.
Fred Warner. They must be great against that.
Yeah, that must be great against that. I don't know. But let's, no Chris Godwin. Get him out of your lineup. Hell, I had him in a lineup somewhere, so I need to take him out.
Yeah, I was going to start him.
Ricky playing?
No, Ricky DNP.
Yeah,
so probably
DNP.
Not practicing. Him and Purdy didn't practice. If he practices today, then maybe he will play, but I was not expecting him to play this week.
All right, well, we got 2 Monday night games. We'll save those for the Monday show. New England, New Orleans. We've got Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Denver, and the Jets. J-Rich, Arizona, Indy, Seattle, Jacksonville. Can we go Seattle, Jacksonville real quick? Because
sure. I'm starting everybody in this game.
No Brenton Strange. Brenton Strange is on IR.
Yep. You're starting Travis Hunter in this game, right?
I was going to say, how we feeling?
I think you can.
How we feeling?
I think you can.
Talk about it.
Yeah, like honestly, I think what we saw was very encouraging from Travis Hunter, and especially can Mike McDonald's defense play at the level that I expect them to in a game like this for me versus Lawrence, and can they confuse Lawrence enough to where he makes mistakes, and then can Darnold put up points on the other end? And I honestly, the way that I expect this game to go, I think Seattle's going to have no problem scoring points. It won't be every drive. It won't be, a rout or anything. But I think they'll be able to put up points against this defense. And it'll be whether or not Darnold makes mistakes more so than whether or not Seattle can score points. And then can they answer on the other side in Jacksonville? They're probably going to run the ball fairly effectively. But I do think that this is a perfect spot to have a bit more Travis Hunter, potentially start him. I do think last week was encouraging. And if they build off it, then he can have an even bigger performance against Seattle.
So for those of you who have never seen like the Trinity tool and what it is, we're looking at Jacksonville's offense in week 5. These are their tight ends and the wide receivers. The dots represent the usage. That's the axis, and the y-axis are the points. How does all the targets and the first downs and the yards per route run, how does that equate to fantasy points? Like this is just, it's not encouraging. There's BTJ, like fine usage, didn't really score a lot of points, 12 points. Yeah. The next closest guy was Travis Hunter, which was better. Here's Jacksonville for the entire season, right? This isn't a good offensive environment. Like, this isn't what you want to see. These guys to the left and below the line. That ain't what you want to see. And Brian Thomas is still leading the way. I think Hunter's pretty low on here. Here he is, a 4.4. That's... You know what this usage is? That's QJ rookie year type usage, 4.3. That's Quentin Johnston rookie year. And just to give you what a good passing environment looks like, who's good at throwing the ball, Jay Ridge? I don't even know who's good at throwing the ball.
You go to Herbert even.
Yeah, we go to LAC. I mean, that's a better environment, but it's like when you see guys at the top, that's what you want to see, right? There's QJ, there's Keenan Allen, lad's name Prince, he's inside the bands. I just think that this Jacksonville offense it's still kind of limited by Trevor Lawrence. It's still kind of held back by that T-Law, Jay Rich.
Well, what's crazy, Ray, is, and this is something that I expected to say coming into this season, is do you want to know how many games Trevor Lawrence has thrown for more than 230 yards?
This season?
230 yards.
Once.
One time. Week 2 against Cincinnati. Every other game he's been under 230 yards passing the football. And in that same game, he threw 3 touchdowns, and it's the only game he's thrown more than 1 touchdown.
People want to see that. People want to see that Eagles. Yikes! I mean, let me pull Philly up. This is probably not what you want to see. I'm gonna keep talking. I'm just pulling Philly up for the people. Somebody said they want.
But yeah, I think
Philly.
that's the bigger concern, right? Is that one, Lawrence is running more, which we do like for fantasy for Lawrence's purposes, but it's definitely been at the expense of the pass catchers. And when he's only throwing for 220, 230 a game, that doesn't make room for 2 pass catchers to thrive. It's usually going to be one or the other. Or in the worst case scenario, everyone just gets like 3-4 receptions for 50 yards, and that doesn't help anybody for fantasy purposes.
Well, let me just show people the similarities and the differences of Philly's offense from last year to this year. This is weeks 1 through 5. So week 6 doesn't get updated till later today. But its top 3 guys are A.J. Brown, Dallas Goedert, and Devontae Smith, right? This same time last year, and I know A.J. Brown missed some time, it's the same 3, but look at how much better they were. This is same weeks 1 through 5, 2024. Look at how much better they were. All above the line, all above the regression line. Same 3 guys. It was clear delineation. A.J. Brown, your top guy. Devontae Smith, your second guy. Dallas Goedert, your third level, your tertiary option. Now here in 2025, same 3 guys at the top of the usage chart. Nobody else is getting thrown the ball, but look at how bad that usage has equated to. And some of that is QB because Smith and A.J. Brown both below the line. A lot of this is the scheme and the offense too. It's just not a fruitful environment for Philadelphia, but we were supposed to be talking about damn Sam Darnold and Trevor Lawrence, Jay Rich. Yeah, I think you could throw Travis Hunter out there as desperation. Would you
start up Parker Washington as a desperation play?
No.
Yeah, he didn't do anything last game. Very, very strange.
Yeah, no. I would start Travis Hunter 10 out of 10 times over Parker Washington, and I don't want to start either of them, honestly. I don't want to start either of those guys, but I feel like it's getting I feel like it's getting a little better, like a little better, maybe.
Oh, it is for sure.
For Hunter?
It is for sure.
For Hunter?
It is for sure. And the bigger thing is that you're actually seeing the downfield targets, right? Like, and against a team like Seattle, where they are a little bit banged up in the secondary, like there will be opportunities there. And I think just, again, and we talked about it on Monday, or I guess it was Wednesday's show because Monday Night Football game, is Hunter's post-game press or post-game on the field, actually is what it was, talking about how much they ran that play, that shot play that they converted in practice, is just telling me like they are trying to find ways to get him the ball down the field, and that's what you want to see. We want to hear that from Brian Thomas. We want to hear that from Travis Hunter. We don't want to hear that from Parker Washington because we don't care if he can get down the field. We didn't draft him to get down the field. That's what they did with Travis Hunter, and I hope it only continues coming into this week. It should be a great game, and I hope Sam Darnold plays well because it could be another very high-scoring game. It's Seattle and Tampa Bay, man. Their games have been great every game all season long.
Jay Rich, this is the last one, and we're getting out of here after this, man. Wow. Look at the spread on look at the spread on this thing. 14.5-point favorites. The Green Bay Packers over the Cincinnati Bengals. 14.5-point favorites. Jay Rich, do they cover this spread?
I think they do, Ray.
You do?
I think they do.
Wow.
I think they do. Because, and we talked about this on BR, right? They had to deal with all of the conversation after that Cowboys tie. They just festered in their brains for a whole week. They had the bye week. And then they have the audacity, Ray, to not only make them face off against Cincinnati Bengals, who are easily one of the worst teams in the NFL right now, but the Bengals decide, you know what? Let's go out and trade for the guy that beat the Green Bay Packers when he was on Cleveland. So not only are they getting their revenge on the league after all the slander they heard all week about how Green Bay's not that good, but they also have their chance at redemption to beat Joe Flacco after Joe Flacco beat them when he was on Cleveland. And I think that's the part of me that says this could be a beatdown, not because I think Cincinnati can't put up points, but Joe Flacco coming in this week and starting is like insane, but he's a veteran quarterback. You know, he'll figure it out. But he's not good. The O-line ain't good. And I think this Green Bay team should be very hungry to beat down this Cincinnati Bengals team.
Joe Flacco, I wrote this in my bold prediction piece that Chase Brown finishes the week as a top 10 running back finally. When he left Cleveland, I believe he was number 2 in checkdowns, short area targets. This is what Chase Brown does well. Like running the ball between the tackles, probably not how you best deploy Chase Brown. Getting him in space, dump offs. I do not believe Joe Flacco is about to support Chase and Higgins and Chase Brown. I don't think that's happening. I think we need to dial those expectations back. 14.5 points is a lot from a Green Bay team that I don't know.
We don't know if they're good.
I don't know. I think they're good, but are they
how good? Right?
Are they 14.5 point victory good? I don't know, Jay.
Didn't work out so well for
Is Christian Watson
Bills,
playing?
Right?
I saw him practicing. Is Watson playing?
Christian Watson may play. Yeah, that was one of the things I was reading this morning. Yeah.
Cool.
Christian Watson has been practicing, but it's unclear right now as to
Good
whether or not they're going to activate him this week.
Good for him.
He has been practicing. Yeah.
Good for him. Good for him. Oh, now Gesicki. It's going to be a Gesicki week, a T week, a Chase week, a Chase Brown week.
Can we get a Noah Fant week?
Everybody. Joe Flacco just about to lift this whole ship. This whole ship
Noah
getting
Fant
raised.
and Joe Flacco in Denver
Look
together?
at this. We're what?
Were Noah Fant and Joe Flacco in Denver together? Back in what? Like that was 20...
When was Joe Flacco in Denver?
So this is so you forget that once he got kicked out of Baltimore, he was signed by Denver to be their starting quarterback. Then he got hurt.
Did he play for Denver?
Yeah, he played like 8 games for them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Flacco's been everywhere. Flacco.
Yeah, he was their starting quarterback. Then he got hurt.
And
I think after that he went to Cleveland, I believe.
I completely forgot that he was in Denver. I don't know what are you saying? There's some connection there between Fang?
Yeah, 2019. 2019, he was in Denver. Then he went to the Jets. That's where he went, to the Jets, then Cleveland. Yeah.
2019, we weren't even doing this show. So, no, I probably forgot that. And I don't believe that the chemistry from 2019, because Noah Fant probably was barely playing back then either. But, man, that is insane, Jay Rich. All right, hit the music. We're done. We had a super chat, too. DT702 Music. Skattebo or Dart just humbled 90% of experts.
Yeah, they did. Oh, yeah.
Hit the air horns, baby. No lies. No lies told. Humble. Bitch,
Humbled
be
us,
humble.
right?
Sit down. Be humble.
That's not the song we're playing right now, though.
Bitch, be humble.
Whoa.
Get us out of here, Jay Rich.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe. And, of course, check out all of Ray's college football content. He really needs your support in this. And more importantly, he's getting you ready for the NFL draft. So don't be complaining come February, come March, not enough college football content, because he's been giving it to you for the past 6 months. So make sure you check it out. Make sure you tap in. And more importantly, go to ddfantasyfootball.com and check out the Trinity tool. And even if you don't check it out, you don't want to subscribe, you can still become a member and get access to all of the content him and Scott do every single week. So there's always ways to support, but we always appreciate you guys tuning in each and every week. So thank you guys so much. We love you, and we're out. Peace.
Peace.